Our second Distinguished Award recipient and final honoree of tonight is Mike Mustain. Mike retired after 30 years with the Department of the Army. He most recently served as director of the Threat Test and Evaluation Directorate at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. He received several awards for that service. Mike is a Vietnam veteran and served in the Army with the 101st Airborne Division, receiving several medals. He continues to serve Washburn, his community, and fellow veterans. He was on the Washburn Alumni Association Board of Directors for 8 years, including serving 2 as president of the board. He is a lifetime member of the Washburn Alumni Association, Veterans of Foreign Wars, and Disabled American Veterans. Friend and retired Professor Gary Baynes said, "Your connection to Washburn University over the years is truly remarkable and worthy of distinction." Friends Tom and Luann Young said, "We have watched and smiled as you have taken each of our children and now our grandchildren to Washburn activities and ball games with first-class tours included. We can think of no more deserving and qualified to receive this award." Mike's son Michael and partner Ben commented, "Only a brief acquaintance with Dad reveals his deep loyalty and pride for Washburn University. He still holds his Washburn spirit 46 years later by serving on the Washburn Alumni Association Board of Directors as a sports spectator and as an unabashed Ichabod. Aside from his Washburn attire and numerous Washburn flags proudly displayed at his home, Dad has fortified his legacy as an Ichabod." Mike could not be here tonight, but prepared some video remarks that we'd like to share with you now.
Thank you, President Farley, and thank you for all your service to Washburn. Thank you, Alumni Association, for this award. Susie, Robin, Amanda, Katie, members of the Alumni Board of Directors, and Washburn Foundation, Marshall Meek. Sorry I'm not able to be with you tonight, but I thank Jeremy and Robin for doing this video so I can be with you. I'm a second-generation Ichabod. I lived on campus while my father was an undergraduate and law student. I was an Ichabod for 6 years before the 2nd grade. We lived in married housing behind Whiting, which is now a parking lot. The housing units were old Army barracks. The Washburn I remember then was a forest of pine and fir trees, a beautiful, sweet, warm smell. There was a 9-hole sands green golf course on the south end of campus. There were a lot of old, big buildings. At that time, senior law students had the distinction to carry canes on campus. This was my father's cane. It was his grandfather's. Sometimes the kids would go up on campus, we'd go into buildings, and where there was law students in a classroom, outside the classroom would be like umbrella stands, and their canes would be in there. And as kids, we would pick up some of these canes and we would practice being pirates. If I remember correctly, there were a couple of kids that were pretty good, I think would have made good pirates. It was easy for me to choose Washburn, widely recognized as a center of educational excellence. My dad would always say, Washburn is the Harvard on the call. At the time, Washburn was the #1 university for criminal justice in the Midwest, ahead of Central Missouri and Wichita State, both who had programs. It was a perfect fit for me. I was back home again. I majored in criminal justice and sociology. 46 years ago, I walked across this stage for my diploma. My educational experience at Washburn was open to diverse thought. Lectures, seminars, talks with Dr. Miniger and other leaders was exciting. And we learned there were multiple paths to consider an issue. I learned to expand my thinking process. I had two important professors, Ted Heim, Ben Coates, who inspired me to think critically and to listen to others and ask questions. I thank you both, gentlemen, for what you gave me, the tools to think critically. When I left Washburn, I had a sense of being prepared to meet future demands and the confidence to be successful. The ability to think critically was an essential requirement for my work. I learned to expand the thinking process in a futures mindset. We work 10 to 20 years out in the future. Using strategic foresight, tools and methods to identify diverse or drivers of change, design scenarios as solutions to problems, and provide analysis to form a desired outcome. We used a simple equation. Foresight plus strategy equals reconfiguration of current operations. To recognize change equals a new situational awareness. It was the Socratic method incorporating dialectical thinking and learning and quantum thinking. Simply a behavioral science background using futurist tools and means. Wars will come and go, but spies and intelligence are constant. After I retired, I had a conversation with Susie and offered to help in any way to continue the success of Washburn students. My 8 years on the alumni board of directors, 2 of those with the foundation, was a wonderful experience. I learned a lot about the work of dedicated people that make Washburn better and Washburn students prepared for future challenges in their lives and work. I enjoyed participating in graduation. There's nothing better than talking to 2,000 graduates to join the Alumni Association to continue their Washburn experience. Going to football tailgating events, meetings, talking to alumni and friends of Washburn was so much fun. While I was president of the board, I asked to have select students attend the Alumni Fellow Awards Banquet to meet and hear successful alumni in their majors. The deans would determine who attends, board members would pay their way. What a wonderful learning experience. I hope this continues and expands to other events where students and alumni meet to discuss the future. After all, it's not for ourselves alone. My service to Washburn does not equal the gift that Washburn gave me. College is the lubricant of social mobility. It is the key to unlock the American dream. My grandmother was born in a log cabin with an earth floor. In 2 generations, Washburn provided my family a piece of the dream. I thank my wife, Teresa, my son, Ben, his partner, Mike, my son, Sam, my best friend, Tom and Luann, and special thanks to my old roommates from 47 years ago, Stan McAfee and his wife, Leslie, and the Honorable Wes Griffin and his wife, Joyce. Thank you, everyone. It's good to be with you, and go Bods.
For Mike's dedication to his career and for his selfless promotion of Washburn, we would be honored to give him his Distinguished Service Award, which we will take over to Kansas City and present that to him here in the coming days. So